I'm going to talk to you today about how professional service dog organizations set up their training academy. This is how I set up our training academy for Northern Arizona service dogs. Okay, right now at this time we have approximately 14 dogs going through the academy at once. So how I got it broken down to is Monday we go over obedience. Tuesday we go over grooming. Wednesday we go back to obedience. Thursday agility. Friday specialty. Specialty could fall under task, whatever that dog's um, task is going to be. Saturday we go back to obedience, but on obedience we coordinate agility as well. Sunday is our makeup day. If a dog does not complete one of the days, we have that Sunday as a makeup day. Or if the dog completed it all, we give that dog the day off. I'm going to go ahead on and go in more detail on it. So on Mondays, our obedience days, what we're trying to focus on is the foundation of obedience. We're preparing the dog for the public access test. So we stress a lot on the obedience. And in our philosophy, we use phases. There's 3 phases that we take the dog through. Phase 1 is we show the dog the lure or whatever it likes. If it likes food, we use food. If it likes toys, we use toys. We try to explain to the dog what we want. Phase 2 is when the dog understands what we want, and we try to uh, not really correct them, but redirect them to what we want once the dog understands the information. And then phase 3 is when the dog's tested on the information. So back to obedience, there's 5 commands that we really tone down the skills. And those 5 commands is how to walk on a leash without pulling, your sits, stay, down, come. Okay, that's proven fact. With those 5 commands, you're gonna have a communication with your dog. So we really stress that. And other things that we incorporate in obedience is like your place, backing up, or waiting at doors. That's all included in that obedience. Okay. After it gets done, the dog probably knows 60 commands, 60 to 70 commands. On Tuesday, we are fortunate we have a groomer on the facility. So on Tuesday, all the dogs go to the groomer. Okay. Once a week, they go to the groomer. All right. They're not bathed once a week, but they're usually brushed, handled, toenails, ears clean, uh, teeth, or just filling the dog, making sure that there's no lumps on the dog or nothing that's not in the norm is going on with the dog. And plus, they get used to being on the grooming table. On Wednesday, we go back to our obedience. We really stress, as you can see, we have obedience on 3 different um, areas, 3 different days. We really stress obedience. Obedience is just that foundation. So on Wednesday, we hit obedience again. We most likely cover what we covered on Monday. On Thursday, we hit agility. Agility is not like the sport agility. This is more controlled fashion. All we want to do is build confidence with the dog. Okay, we want the dog to think, hey, if your handler asks you to do something, don't be afraid. It's safe to do. Do it. You're never gonna get hurt. Okay. So we put the dog, what we consider in training language, under pressure. Under pressure means the dog doesn't think it could succeed. For example, if we get like a play pool, one of those kid pools, fill it up with water bottles, and have the dog jump in there and tell the dog to sit. And the dog's not used to walking on that type of surface, you see. And then the dog starts figuring out, hey, if my handler asks me to do something, I'm not going to get hurt. So we set up a agility course. On Fridays we do specialty. Specialty means that we work on the task. Every dog has different personalities, so we look at that dog and try to envision what is that dog going to be good at. Some dogs are good at smelling, so we make them into um, diabetic dog. Okay, some dogs just go crazy when they hear, or high driven. They go nuts when they hear the doorbell ring. So we turn them into hearing dogs if they have high drive. Some dogs are just very affectionate, that always want to be around people. We turn them into people with mental health issues, like anxiety, like PTSD. So we try to let our dogs pick what task it would be good at. On Saturday, we combine the obedience with the agility. So when we're doing agility, we set up our agility course. When we're doing agility, we might, before we get to that obstacle, ask the dog to sit, and then over. Ask the dog to down, then under. Ask the dog to stay, and then climb. So we do that on Saturdays. On Sundays, like I said before, if a dog missed a session on Sundays, we do makeup. Okay, but I like to give a dog a day off to reflect on everything that it went through. So that's a little bit how a professional service dog academy is structured. Okay, and don't forget to visit us on Northern Arizona ServiceDogs.com. Once again, Northern Arizona ServiceDogs.com. Thanks.